Hello, class 12th. Good morning. Today, by many of you, you told me that sir, functions is not clear. So today, once again, I am going to tell about the functions, how we will declare the functions, how we will use. Today, we will see all. Before going to explain functions, I will tell what is the use of functions, why we are defining the functions. Actually, if we are writing the programs and we are making a small uh, applications program that work, so we have to write many line of codes. Clear? In that, which line of code is going to perform which task, is it not clear? If we are writing sequentially, from where it is adding, from where it is removing. So we are going to break our bigger programs into the small modules, that is called as a functions. We will make modules for each activity whatever we have to perform, so we can easily recognize from where we are adding, from where we are removing by using the functions, because for these all tasks we will use the functions. So today our topic is the functions. How we will declare the functions, come we will see. So we have to open the idle. So script mode, first we will see syntax of functions. So here how we will define, we have to use the def keyword, and then we have to write the function's name. Then in the bracket we have to write the argument list, and then we have to use the colon for the indentation of the functions. And here we have to write the statement 1, statement 2, statement 3, statement 4. How much statement we have to use, that much we have to write. Clear? So this is a way of defining the functions. This is called as a function header, functions name. This is the argument list, and this is the body of the functions that has to be executed when the functions has to be called. For example, I am going to make here one functions that is used to display hello. So I have to use the def keyword, and then I have to write the name of the functions like a display. And then if we do not have any parameter, so the bracket will be empty, and then we will write here print hello. This is a simple functions that display every time hello message. Come, I will show you here. Let me to save. Look here, I am executing. Here no output came. Why? I will tell you. Because only defining the functions is not to display the output. We should have to call the function also. So now the statement is to how to call the functions. For the calling, we have to write the function's name as it is I have written. We have to keep in our mind that the Python is a case sensitive. Case sensitive means in which letter I have written, same letter we have to write. So here I have written in the same way display than the function sign. This is a way of calling. This is a way of defining. In the defining, we have to use the def keyword, and at the time of calling we will call only by you with the help of the function's name, and our function's name is here display. So look here, now I am running this. I will get the message hello. Now, how many times I need, that much times I may call from different lines. Print, this is output of the functions. Now again I need to call, I can call here for display. Again I have to write here print hello. We are working like a functions. We are giving, we are seeing, we are learning function examples. Again I need to display hello, so I will call display. So look here, hello hello two times, because why? We have written here. Look here, output two times display, so two time hello. Now after that I have written here, this is, look here, two time hello display I have called here, so two time hello is here. Now again I have written here print, this is the output of the function, so after two time hello to displaying like that. So that is a way of invoking the function. Invoking is the new terms, that is how to call functions. Now we are defining four type of functions. First, such type of functions that have no argument and no return type. Second, such type of functions that have argument but no return type. Third, such type of functions having no argument but it have returned, but it returns the value, but having return type, but having, yeah, but returning the value, but have a return value, but returning value. And fourth, having return also and argument also. In our program, these are the four categories that functions we are defining. First category, no argument, no return type, means functions will not take any argument and the functions will not return any value. Second, the functions will take argument but it does not return any value. Third, the functions will not take any argument but it returns the value. And fourth, it will take argument also and it will return the value also. Clear? So we are going to learn the first one, that how we will define this one. Definitions, display, and I written here print hello. This is a functions that I will not pass here comment, functions no argument and no return type. This is a category of functions that does not taking any argument. The argument list is empty here and it does not return any value. Mostly the functions, though does not return the value, it is used to set the value. It is used to set the value, otherwise it may display the output whatever we want. If we want in the functions whatever argument we will pass, whatever the works we will calculate, it may display. So I will use the print, then I don't need to use return. It is not a fixed. We can display also, we can return also, but mostly the function that does not return the value, it is used to set the value. Clear? Now, second, functions having argument but no return. Clear? So how we will define sum a comma b. Later on I will tell you how to pass the argument. First you see the category, and then I will write here print a plus b. Clear? So this is your functions that have argument but does not return the value. Now third, function having return type, having return but no argument. So how we will define sum a is equal to 5 plus 12, and then I am going to return the value of a. Fourth, functions having return also and parameter also. How we will definition sum a comma b, and then I will write here return a plus b. So these are the four category of the functions that we will define in our programs. Either we will define such type of functions that will not take any argument and will not return any value. Either I will define such type of functions that have the argument and no return type. Third, no argument but it returning the value. And the fourth one, it returning the value also and it taking the parameter also. So these are the four category of the functions that we have to define in our programs. It can be any of these. Clear? So these are the category of the functions. We have seen how to define the functions. Now we are going to see how to use the parameter in the functions. First, in the form of parameter, I need to use variable name. I need to use what? Variable name first. Second, I can't use any expressions. Third, if we have more parameter than all the parameter, if we have a more parameter, we can say as a variable, if we have a more variable than all the variable separated by comma. These things we have to keep in our mind whenever we are passing the parameter in the functions. Clear? First, parameter we have to pass in the form of variable number, variable name. Second, I can't use expressions like that a plus b comma c plus d. We can't use like that. Fourth, if we have a more variables, so all the variable we will separate it by comma. Example, definition sum, if I have to pass two parameters, so a comma b we will write. If we have to pass three, as much we can pass, as much we are required, as much it is required, that much we can pass here. Clear? So come now, how to decide the type of parameter. How we will know that the parameter we are passing, which type of it is. It is integer, it is float, it is list, it is string, it is tuple, it is dictionary. How we will decide, I will tell you. Look here, this all being decided by the calling. If we are writing here define sum, and I written here a plus b, and then in the data I return here a plus b. Now downside I am writing a is equal to 12, then b is equal to 34, and then I am calling here print, yeah, c is equal to sum a comma b. So here the data type of the functions variables, it is defining by the parameter argument that we are sending at the time of calling. We are passed here integer value, so what will be the data type here? A and b, they both have a data type integer. Why? Because at the time of calling, the data type of a and b is what here by the value we have defined as an integer, so here it is also it is a integer. Clear? Now if here we are writing in the for, I will show the output. Oh, output will not display here because I hold the value into the C, but I have not displayed the C. Now it will come output. Look here, 46. Now the second way, if the function is returning some value and we want whatever the value it return, it may display, then we have two ways. The first way, I may hold the return value into any variable, then I may display that variable. Otherwise I may use inside the function sum a comma b. Clear? Now see, same output we will get 46. Clear? Now here if I am defining list 1 comma 2 comma 3, and here I have done here 4 comma 5 comma 6, so what is the data type of this? It is also list. Then the actions is taken by the function in the form of list. Look here, we got concatenations, joining of two lists. So my dear students, we all know that for what purpose we are going to define the functions. Clear? We all know that if we are defining this function, it may work with a list, or it may work with an integer, or it may work with a tuple. That is the precisely we are defining. Before writing the functions, we have to make it clear idea that the parameter that we are passing to the functions, that parameter, that functions always take the value in the form of list, in the form of tuple. According to that we have to define the functions. We can't do like that we have defined here it may add two number and we are passing the list, then here the actions is taken by the functions as a list, because we all know that the plus sign is also used in the list. Now look here, logical error, what is that? Now it is a logical error. Look, why? Because in the list replications, one variable should be list, one variable should be number. If we are passing here 4, so it is okay, now output will come. Look here, but that's why I told whenever we are defining the functions, we have to make it clear idea before writing the function what works we have to do, then according to that we have to define the variable, because in the Python it is not given to define the type of the variable also. So during the runtime you will get the logical error. Logical error means you have defined to work like a list and you have passed the integer variable. So my dear students, before defining the functions you should have to know on which we have to work. According to that we have to write the instructions, because we all know that there is one disadvantage of the computer. Computer has not their own mind he may decide yeah, what you want. We have to write each and every instructions. So this is a way to define the argument list. Is it clear? So one example I am giving. We are going to write the functions that takes a number and display the table of that number. What we have to do, we have to make one functions that take one number as integer and display the table of that number. So how we will do, we will write here. Now here the function's name is not given, and by the nature of the functions, by these questions we can also understand if the function is taking argument but it does not returning any values. Clear? So we have to read the questions and we have to identify also if the function is returning value or not. If it is returning, then it's mentioned here it returns such type of values. Here it is not mentioned, that means the functions will take a number as an input but it does not return any value. It will display the table of the number. So we have to write here functions definition table, and I can take any variable a, and then I will write the logic for I in a range start from 1 it goes to 11, and then we have to write print a double quotes into asterisk into comma I comma double quotes again equal comma a into I over, and then I need to call table 12. Now look here, you will get the value 12 table. Clear? If you want whatever the input user may give, it display the table of that. So we have to write a is equal to int input, and I will give the message please enter the number, and then I will call here table, and in that instead of number I will pass a. I given here 45, so they display the table of 45. My dear students, you should have to be aware at the time of passing argument also. We have a two method. I can pass direct value here like that. I can display here table 12, or I can take the input a is equal to int in the bracket input, and I will give the message here please enter the number, and then I can write here table a. Look here, first it display the table of 12, clear, and then it asks enter the number. I given here 56, so display the table of the 56. Is it clear? I hope this concept, this class, this video will make your concept more clear. So my dear students, please send me messages it is clear or not, then I can try more way, but I hope this concept make you more clear about the functions. So thank you class. Today only that much. First you learn, you define by yourself also, and then we will discuss some more topics on the functions, how we will pass the different type of argument. Thank you.